Hi Sagittarius, welcome to How Love Tarot. This is your general reading. I have already pulled your tarot here and your oracle that's sitting off in the background. This is a combination of what feels like a love reading. So I'm just going to say that up front. For those of you that need a different type of reading and are not looking at love, this may not be the reading for you. So what I have here in your present energy is the Ten of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Spirit, bring it forward. What's going on with Sagittarius in the present? What is happening to them? What do they need to know? What will validate this reading? So it feels as if here, Sagittarius, you're thinking a lot about your life. It feels as if you are thinking about what is coming next. There is a burden that you're carrying that you want to let go of. It feels as if you've been carrying it for a long time, and it feels as if you are wanting freedom from it. It also feels like you have been quite defensive and isolative in regards to your heart. It feels as if you don't open up, you don't open your heart, and I feel as if you're thinking about that. And the reason that that is coming forward so strongly is we have deception in regards to if this is somebody that you are thinking about, how they feel about you is deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So it feels as if here there's some type of freedom and victory that you are seeking, and it feels as if it feels like there's a lot of spirit is making me say or feel or say what a tangled web we weave. Right? So freedom and victory, though, belongs to those who remain strong and true despite temptation. So it feels as if you've been indulgent, or at least your person feels like you've been indulgent in a way that is self-sabotaging. Now, how you feel about them is quite different. It's an interesting dynamic. It's almost as if you're not really thinking about them. It feels here that you're really kind of contemplating what you want to do next in your life. It feels as if there is, as you move towards any type of relationship that is intimate and kind of renders you vulnerable, it feels as if you don't feel like the hero anymore in that story, in your own narrative. And you become kind of exposed in a way that creates a lot of avoidance in your energy. And it feels as if there is fear here in regards to opening up your heart in any situation where you lack control in that situation. So there's an intellectualization about relationships as opposed to feeling the relationship. And here we have, it is safe for you to love. And so it feels as if you are encouraged and you like the chase, but the commitment is a big part of how you're detaching in a relationship. Now, obviously, I've gone in a direction where this reading is not for everybody. But those of you that can take all of that, which is kind of hard to take, the rest of the reading is for you. So here in your strength energy, we have the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is in reverse. And what it shows here in the strength is that you're actually coming out of that logical energy. Spirit, can you give me one more card for the strength, please, for Sagittarius? Can you clarify the Ace of Swords in reverse for Sagittarius, please? Can you clarify it? Keep it on the table. Thank you. Okay. Interesting that would clarify it. So we have the Ace of Swords clarified by the Emperor in the upright. And so Spirit, can you bring it forward what's going on here with Sagittarius? What do they need to know in the strength position? what will help them. And so what we have here is you knowing that you've been playing a very strategic game in regards to love and your heart, and again, this kind of feeling of temptation keeps kind of whirling around you. And so it feels as if there is a lot of temptation in your path, but in the strength energy, it feels here that you want to go beyond that and overcome that allure of being drawn in a way that is very physical and not really engaged with who you are spiritually, right? A higher level of consciousness. So it feels here as if you're in the strength position. Spirit makes me feel here that you want to quit this kind of strategy, this game that you've been playing. And I don't feel like you mean to do it in a way that creates any type of disappointment or harm to others or yourself. But I feel like in this contemplation with the Queen of Swords here, there's a recognition here in the Queen of Swords energy that you're creating a burden to those that have to walk away from you, because it is creating a situation that you're not engaged in, that you're kind of engaged in it for the minute, you're playing the game, and checkmate and you're done, right? Or checkmate and they have to walk away from the game. It's very much this game feeling and strategy. So it feels as if here that you are looking back and not liking the fact that some people have now gone from your life that you didn't really, that wasn't your intention for them to leave your life. But there's an ownership here that, you know, kind of like the hero within you rescuing kind of, there's something about you, Sagittarius, that is very much a game. I know most of you are now turned off, but this is a bit of a challenging reading. Anyway, let's move on to something different. Here in the challenge energy, we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. And so the challenge is that the I feel here again, Spirit, can you clarify the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, please? Can you clarify the Wheel of Fortune? Okay. Not like that. Clarify it. Thank you. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Tower card. I need another one, Spirit. Tower in reverse. We got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You did not want an end to this relationship with your person. You did. There's a relationship here that you didn't want to end. You weren't ready for it to end. But with the strategic games you were playing, this kind of offensive, defensive kind of movement within how you deal with love relationships, there's a relationship here you didn't want to end. Here we have the Seven of Cups in the reverse. So it's kind of like, it feels like in the challenge position, you're a bit out of options, right? Because it feels like you're letting people, or people have to walk away from you, or it doesn't feel like you're walking away. It feels like you force their hand, and it doesn't feel like you mean to do that. It doesn't feel like you mean to create a situation where they're abruptly leaving your life. So the very thing that you don't want to happen keeps happening. Either they're walking away from you and just kind of taking this, you know, what you consider baggage with them, or you're walking away from them because your heart is not involved, right? Your heart is not involved. Your head is involved in the relationships. Oh, I wish Spirit would give me something positive here to say about you, Sagittarius, but I mean, I can only give you what I'm getting. So what we have here in the challenge is the fact that you want, it feels like you're repeating a cycle that you don't want to repeat, that's creating a situation in your life where it's the same old, and renders you kind of helpless and powerless, and feeling kind of negative about the whole situation. And so there's a cycle that needs to be broken here in the challenge position. And according to the challenge position currently, that's a challenge. It's not being broken. What's coming forward instead is this kind of automatic defensiveness where you shut down. And here, that's what we have in the outcome. We have the Page of Swords in the reverse, right? And we have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. Spirit, bring it forward. What is going on here with Sagittarius? So it feels like you're not communicating, you're shutting down. What it feels like is that you're not looking at things differently. It feels like here your inner truth is a little bit distorted, and it feels as if you're trying to, you're a good person, Sagittarius. It's not that. And it's not that, people don't misinterpret situations. But I feel as if here in the Queen of Swords energy, it really feels like you are taking accountability for kind of this lonesome energy that you have about you. Being in a room full of people, yet feeling very alone, and yet wanting to be alone, right? So there's a lot of contrast in your energy. There's a need to want to be with somebody, but then the need to isolate, the need to go it alone. And that's kind of what you're thinking about currently, Sagittarius. I mean, check out the other readings. I know that this is not particularly, this is not a good reading as far as like cartwheels down the street and everything's going to get great. But sometimes, this message is just for one of you out there, and it will resonate with one of you. I'm not here to give everybody the reading that they want. I give you the reading that you need to hear. So if you've gotten to this point in the reading, I want you to understand that this reading is meant to help you open your eyes. Spirit, do you want to give me some more information about the outcome, just so I can try and understand here, what can Sagittarius do? What's positive for the month of July? What's positive about the month of July in the outcome for Sagittarius as they kind of reflect and go through this? What's positive? Oof. I don't see that as positive. We have the Devil in the upright position. Wow, Sagittarius. I think you may be looking at any... Okay, and we have the Eight of Wands. It feels like somebody's holding you accountable. It feels like somebody is holding you accountable, and it feels like you're holding yourself accountable too. It feels like here, for those of you that deal with any type of addiction, and you may be in denial about it, you may realize that you're shutting down, or your behaviors revolve around some unhealthy things in your life. And so what we have here is I feel like somebody is talking to you about it. I don't feel necessarily that you're opening up, but I feel like somebody that is somebody that you consider very highly is kind of saying, and we have the Seven of Swords, so we have deception again. So I don't know, Sagittarius. It may be here that the way to get out, break this cycle, is to break the negative things that are in your life, whether you consider them a problem or not. You know what's negative in your life, because we have the Queen of Swords here. And what it feels like is that you're going to end up attracting something that is not good for you if you don't get out of this kind of cycle that you're in. So I feel like the energy is almost balanced in regards to you looking at everything and you taking accountability for everything. Whether you do something about that, I don't think it's going to happen in the month of July, but there is communication about it, and you're thinking a lot about it. You're thinking a lot about your values and what you want for the next chapter of your life. And I don't feel like you're meeting your potential. It feels like there are several things that you fear that if people found out about the real you, it's almost like you have a fear of rejection deep down inside, and there's some insecurity that you're working through. So I feel as if this is going to be kind of the journey that you're on right now. And I do feel like your spiritual or your higher self is going to guide you through this, because you do really have a good head on your shoulders. I mean, that's why you're so strategic, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, you really do have a good head on your shoulders, and you're a good judge of character. But like Sadhguru says, the longest journey you'll ever take is from your head to your heart. And that's a journey that you're on, Sagittarius. I really hope that this reading helps. I apologize that it wasn't more positive. But check out your money, career, and finance reading. But for now, this is a situation for those of you that have come this far in the video. You take care, and I will speak to you soon, Sagittarius.